What's up, friends, and welcome into Fantasy Pros. This is the Waiver Wire live stream. I am not Joe Pisapia because he's on a beach doing something crazy. It is the Welsh. Joining me is the King of Bros. That is Derek Brown. D-Bro on trade deadline final hour that we're here. We are going to be answering all your Waiver Wire questions. We've got, well, at least we believe we've got super chats live that you guys can rock into. But we are going to be focusing as much as we can on waiver wires. But if you super chat, you could ask other stuff. But if you don't super chat, we're going to focus on waiver wires, and we're going to be doing some trade breakdown stuff. But first up, D-Bro, what's up, brother? You've been hard at work all day because we have some trades we're going to be breaking down here in a second.
Yeah, dude. I will say, for all the hope and hype for the trade deadline, I've always thought it was going to disappoint considering just how much people had hyped and all the names and such that's been thrown around there. So I think it's been good. We've had some good movement, a lot of defensive players, a lot of NFL teams trading future picks like dynasty fantasy GMs right now. So we'll see how it all shakes out, Welsh. But yeah, a lot to break down here, man. A lot to break down.
A lot of organizations that are working like there might not be a tomorrow. And that's where a lot of these trades are coming from. So we're actually going to start with a little bit of a breakdown. But again, here's your reminders. Questions in the chat. We got Seth on the ones and twos. He's going to be starring questions for us. Very waiver centric. If you guys do want to rock anything, super chats are a front of the line way for you to get your questions answered, whether it is waiver or really whatever it is. So make sure that you guys are locked in with your questions, and let's start breaking some of these down. D-Bro, am I glitching? Are you saying?
You were. I didn't know if it was my internet connection or not, but I mean, the people at home can tell me. Maybe I'm freezing or something here. Who knows? Texas internet ain't the best sometimes.
Okay, I feel like I'm fine, but Seth, why don't you give us before I start into it? Okay, we're both good, so I think that might have been your internet. But front of the line with super chats, you guys can do load up the queue. We'll get you at. But before we do anything, let's start with a little bit of a trade breakdown as we're in the final hour, because we had some big trades. The biggest trades don't have the applicable fantasy relevance in that, like, the player that was traded is fantasy relevant, but it does create spots and some questions. Mm-hmm. First big trade, the two defensive trades. The Jets have made two big moves. They traded Sauce Gardner to the Colts. They got 2 first-rounders. Adonai Mitchell also going to the Jets is super fascinating. We also saw the Jets trade Quinnen Williams to the Cowboys for a first and second round. We're not going to break down the defensive side of this. If you got any takes on Mitchell, that's great. But the thing that this did open up, and I just want to point this out here, and we may be talking about it shortly. I was live on our twitch.tv/fantasypros when these trades happen. And we immediately went, oh, Breece Hall's getting traded. Like this, when Sauce got traded for 2 first-rounders, we said Breece is getting traded. So I do have an expectation in the next hour we're going to see a trade go down. So I think that's kind of where the real fantasy relevance comes out of this. But D-Bro, you can throw your take. Sauce and Quinnen both being moved. A.D. Mitchell being moved to the Jets. Like, what do you think about these trades in this little breakdown?
I mean, so the whole thing with Sauce, dude, like, if you can, as an NFL team, if you can get 2 first-round picks for a freaking cornerback and the volatility of year-to-year play from a cornerback, that's insane. Like, Ballard, bro, you better hope he hits the ground running and that works out. I'm not with paying that kind of cost, and I understand how talented Sauce is. Fine. Same thing with Dallas, man. Giving up a first and second for a D tackle. It's Jerry, dude. You know those picks are burning a hole in his pocket, man. So it is what it is. And for all the Jet stuff, maybe I'm negative with all this stuff. But the other thing with the Jet side, they're compiling all these picks. That's great on paper, and it's wonderful. You better hope you hit on all these draft picks, because you swing and miss on half of them or 60% of them, you're going to look really foolish trading away cornerstone type of players for a franchise. But yeah, we can get to all the fantasy players, but I mean, any other quick thoughts there, Welsh, with all the defensive stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's an all. They're 2 great moves. I think the Colts are fascinating just because, like, their biggest issue has been their secondary. I think that makes maybe defensively that kind of makes them a little bit more palatable. Obviously, they're going all in. Yeah, Cowboy. I just don't like what these teams gave up, but I like the moves that they did. The only real fantasy relevance, as mentioned, is I clearly think the Jets within this hour are trading Breece Hall. So if Isaiah Davis is sitting on a wire that you could pick up right now, you should. He's going to be very relevant to our conversation today, but it is it's pretty pertinent to Breece Hall being moved. So hopefully we'll be able to break those down for you. Those were the big blockbusters. The term blockbuster gets thrown around. We do have two more fantasy relevant moves that were thrown out. Number one was the Raiders traded Jacoby Myers, and this one goes to the Jags. And there's so many implications here. It's what happened to Parker Washington and his value, as he was going to be exciting for waivers. Brian Thomas, a la Travis Hunter, Jacoby Myers' value, and Trey Tucker. They're all put into this. Debro, you put your thoughts down on both the trades we're going to talk about. You guys can find it on Fantasy Pros website if you want to see it in written form, which I highly suggest you do. But why don't you give us a little cliff note here? Is this a positive for Jacoby Myers? Is this a positive for Trey Tucker? What do you think?
Whew, dude, it's there's a lot to get through with that. I'll just take the Raiders side real fast. I mean, Brock Bowers is going to eat a 30 to 35% target share. That is the big fallout of this. He creates a starting spot for Jack Besh in the starting lineup. So he's honestly the quietest of winners out of all of this stuff, because I think he rolls into assuming the Jacoby Myers role as their slot guy. You're still going to see Trey Tucker on the outside. Probably now it creates another spot for Dante Thornton to get back in the starting lineup. So if you want to take a shot in deep leagues on Dante Thornton, I get it. Jack Besh is my preferred quiet pickup. In a lot of leagues, Welsh, you're probably going to be able to get him for min bid, $1 or $2.
You prefer him over Thornton? Because I think Thornton's going to be floating out there. Okay.
I do. I prefer him over Thornton because when Thornton was on the field earlier this season, he was the high A field stretcher guy, the guy we thought was coming out as, his prospect type and the usage from Tennessee. So if you're looking at a volume outlook, I would rather, toss $1 or $2 at Jack Besh. I mean, up to maybe 3 or 4 if you really need wide receiver help and the lottery ticket down the stretch. I'm not a Trey Tucker guy. He hasn't done anything outside of the one monster game. Really not a high target share guy. Not a guy that I think is really going to move the needle for fantasy or the NFL outlook. So people can miss me with Trey Tucker. But over on the Jag side, man, it is nothing but muddy water. We don't know if we see Travis Hunter. You could take this one of two ways for Travis Hunter's outlook. Either the Jags know, okay, he's probably lost for the whole rest of the season, or they're trying to build things up for Trevor Lawrence, and maybe at the end of the season, walking into the playoffs, he's got a 3-wide set of Brian Thomas Jr., Jacoby Myers, and Travis Hunter. I kind of lean that maybe this is more telling about Travis Hunter. We shall see. But this is all kind of say, if you've got Travis Hunter stashed in an IR spot, depending on what you need to do and what have you, I don't know if Travis Hunter is necessarily a must hold on rosters if you got a crunch. But again, we'll see what all that looks like. Brian Thomas Jr., it did come out that he's got, I think it's a low grade high ankle. So I don't think he's playing this week, but that's great to hear that there wasn't a fracture and he's not out for the rest of the season, because we were all in limbo not knowing what to do with him. So the big news, and what I already updated in the waiver wire article that's live on fantasypros.com right now, is dropping the bids for Parker Washington and changing his rest of season outlook. I know it doesn't impact him that much this week with Jacoby Myers. It's a short week, little time to learn the offense. He's probably out there this week and active, but he's not going to probably play a full-time route share, probably just in on passing downs and maybe select packages depending on what he can pick up and how fast. So Parker Washington still a wide receiver 3-ish flex play, bad matchup this week, but he's going to get the volume. But moving forward, this takes everything out of what we were talked about on the waiver wire show to begin the week, where Parker Washington was the top ad for the week because we didn't have a lot of great options. He was going to get a crap ton of volume and was the wide receiver 1 this week. De'Ami Brown going to miss this game with a concussion. But Parker Washington, man, it's nothing but muddy. I was willing to throw out a $2 to $3 bid. I'm still kind of there if you need the help for specifically this week, but rest of season outlook, it's not great, Welsh. He might not even be starting in 3 wide. If we get Brian Thomas Jr. back, Jacoby Myers is definitively going to be a starter and Travis Hunter returns, Washington might go back to the bench in a few weeks. So not a player you can look at for rest of the season value a ton, I don't think.
Okay, let's do a quick on Jacoby, because I think that's the biggest question, and then let's hit the last one here. So we could, because I see all you guys are dropping in super chats. We're going to get to all of it. I agree with you completely. I'm much more optimistic about Trey Tucker, by the way, than you are. Completely agree on Parker Washington. It's almost become a nothing burger outside of maybe this week, but Jacoby Myers is the biggest question. I do not think this is a W. I don't think this is a great. I think it's relatively median across the line. Like, he was going to the Raiders, who weren't really throwing him the ball. I think when healthy, he's going to go to a Jags team that's probably not going to throw him the ball that much. So this isn't. I think people feel like, ooh, this could be a positive. I don't look at it that way, frankly. Yeah. I like Trey Tucker over Jacoby Myers rest of season. You don't like Tucker at all, so you probably don't feel that way. But I like Tucker over Jacoby Myers.
No, but I think you could put the two of them in a similar area code. It kind of depends on what you think about them for talent and target share outlooks and stuff like that. I will say I agree with you that I don't think this is a plus for Myers. He could get a plus run out if Hunter doesn't come back and Brian Thomas Jr. does miss more time than maybe we anticipate. That's where you could find some value. So if you have Jacoby, I mean, if you can sell him, then sell him, but likely you're stuck holding, and I'm fine with that. But I don't think he's going to be anything more than what we've seen so far in most aspects, where he's like a wide receiver 3 flex play on a lot of different weeks. And the other fallout real quick, Welsh, from the Jaguar side of this, Brenton Strange, you can drop him. Just drop him. Like, if he comes back, he's not going to be a high priority as far as target share and stuff. So if you were stashing him in a deeper league and you needed the tight end help, just drop him. I'm not worried about him the rest of the season.
All right, last one on the trades that did go down, and then we're going to get to you guys, is Rashid Shaheed. Rashid Shaheed pretty much threw cold water on the Horton stuff. I was kind of dismissive after Pia stream. I hands up on the Sunday stream. I've mentioned this. Someone was like, would you start Horton? I'm like, no. To be fair, it was against someone you clearly were not, and then Horton had the 2 touchdowns. As soon as the trade went down, you kind of went, ooh, Cooper Kupp's injury looks a lot more of a problem. But at the same time, Rashid Shaheed is going to take the top off the defense. So this is not a good situation for Horton. We went from a waivers that probably was going to start with Parker Washington and then Torrey Horton to both of these guys really, I don't think, being super relevant. I think Shaheed kind of takes that off. So do you agree?
Yes, I agree. And what I said in the article that's live on the site, Cooper Kupp is droppable and Torrey Horton is not worth a pickup now. And for everybody, like, I was talking in Discord earlier, and people were like, could Seattle go 3 wide receiver set heavy? And I'm like, no. That's not happening. I don't think that's happening. What you're going to ask for a team, if that's the case, you're asking them to change their DNA of how they're running their offense, who they are. Like, those heavy personnel packages, the heavy play action is going to stay a big part of it. And just for everybody out there, Seattle runs the second fewest 11 personnel in the entire freaking NFL. So for everybody out there, that means they're running 2 wide receiver sets. So if you're running 2 wide, and I'm talking about like 36% of 3 wide. So over 60% of their plays are going to be with only 2 wide receivers on the field. Kupp's not going to be that. He's not going to be on the field. Horton's not going to be on the field. You got to run routes to score fantasy points. So drop Kupp if you got him, and do not pick up Torrey Horton, because he's now regulated to the bench because JSN's not coming off the field, and Rashid Shaheed knows this offense. Yes, the verbiage is going to be different, but the route concepts, all that kind of stuff, he should be able to walk in here and assimilate really quickly. And I think he's going to be a better version of what we've seen out of Cooper Kupp this year. Wide receiver 3, flex-ish. Like, if you need an upside play and the matchup is right, yeah, he's going to have some big weeks.
I agree. I love him here. I love this spot. Darnold's throwing the ball. I think this is a plus. And, you know, in my eyes, so far, the fantasy pluses look like Rashid Shaheed and Trey Tucker in my eyes. I know you're not big on Tucker.
Too. Chris Olave is probably going to get like about a 30 to 35%.
Jawan Johnson's going to get 4 billion targets as well.
Oh, that's a good call. Yes.
So be on the lookout for that. So that is the trade recap of what has happened up until the stream. And our boy Seth said it correctly. This feels like the calm before the storm. Our chat is wild right now. We got people throwing out trades that are not true. People want to talk about it. And we are live through the trade deadline. So this should be a ton of fun. All right, we are going to finally get to your questions. I know it's a little bit different. Apologies, because I'm the new host on this one for this week, that it's different, but trade deadline caused for that a little bit of chaos. So we're going to get to your questions. But before we do, we want to give you guys a chance, an opportunity at winning some stuff. If you want a chance to win one of the most unique pieces of NFL gear out there, the large NFLPA wall smack courtesy of our friends at TrophySmack, the #1 destination for epic fantasy football hardware. This is your shot. They're oversized, officially licensed NFLPA wall smack. They're bold statement pieces that are perfect for your fan cave, office, or living room wall. And it's not just decor. It's a way to rep your favorite players in style. To enter, all you've got to do is subscribe to the Fantasy Pros YouTube channel right now. Drop a comment below on any of our videos, and that's it. We'll be announcing a winner right here on the channel, so turn on notifications. Get set, my friends, because we want you to win this awesome TrophySmack NFL wall smack, and you can do it today. All right. Calm before the storm. That feels about right. We got super chats in here. You guys are front of the line, so let's get at it. Remember,
before we get supers brought up here, I need a prediction from you.
Okay.
If Breece Hall gets traded, where does he go?
Okay, so we actually did this and I'll tell you what the chat said. We were live for 2 hours. If you guys don't know this, twitch.tv/fantasypros. Bogman and I on Tuesdays at noon Eastern. We're live. We play Madden and we answer your questions for 2 hours. When that trade went down, I said Breece is getting traded. And we put up a poll. We put up 4 teams. We put up the Chargers, the Bucks, the Texans, and the Chiefs. Those were the 4 teams. You want to take a guess? I'm going to let you eliminate 2 teams. Who do you think the top 2 percentage in the chat teams were? Bucks, Chargers, Texans, Chiefs.
Texans and Chiefs are probably the top 2.
Those were the top 2. Do you know who the #1 team was?
Chiefs, if I were to guess.
The Texans were the #1 team.
Okay.
And I think that is the play. I think that's the team.
Okay.
I agree with it.
I don't disagree.
The Texans defense is a monster. Joe Mixon is on a milk carton somewhere. He's never coming back. Woody Marks and Chubb don't do a whole lot. You might have Davis Mills out there. You need a guy that can make some plays. Breece Hall is the perfect complement to it. If the Chiefs can pull the trigger, great. It's maybe the worst situation for a running back that could be possible because they'll trade for Breece Hall and they'll still run Kareem Hunt out there on 3rd downs and in goal lines, and it'll be super annoying. But there's a legit shot that if he were to go to the Texans, he could take that workload. I think the answer is yes, and I think the Texans is my guess. What say you?
I think the Texans is my guess. I'll add a sleeper team into that top 4. Dude, I think what we've seen so far from this year, from what the Patriots have done and been unwilling to do with Travion Henderson, I will not rule out the New England Patriots in trading for Breece Hall.
There's some rumors out. There's some Reddit rumors out there. There's that one dude who's like, lock it up, Tony Pollard is going to the Patriots. There's that out there too. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Yeah. All right. So this is the waiver wire stream. That is our focus for non-super chats, 100%. But super chats, you do kind of get a little bit extra. So I know we're going to have like some start and sit and all that. But, we try to keep it to waiver as much as possible. Vic did not, though. He starts us off. Dak or Bo rest of season?
Dak. It's not close. Bo has been so matchup sensitive and not played well this year. Yeah, it's easy Dak.
All right. The 10, drop Tuten. Need a wide receiver. Top options are Horton, Kirk, Mooney, Washington. Man, you almost were doing great on the waiver wire until Washington and Horton got knocked out. Who's a good quarterback to replace Dak on the bye this week also? So we need a wide receiver.
I'm holding Tuten over all of those.
I think I might too.
I know you need a wide receiver, but I'm not doing that. Like, I don't think any of those guys are worth picking up. Like,
you're gonna hate this one. I would drop Tuten for Trey Tucker if he were out there.
Okay,
but
he's probably roster. But I don't disagree with you. But like, I would say Tinker. Look, check back in for the primer. You're probably going to be able to find like somebody later this week that's like more of a deep ad, depending on matchups and stuff. Like, I added Alameda Zaccheaus towards the end of last week. I know Alec Pierce is probably not out there. So, and as far as a good bye week quarterback, if JJ McCarthy's out there, he's out there in a ton of leagues. He gets the Ravens this week. I'd say that. And I know Fitzy on the waiver wire show threw out Sam Darnold, but he's probably rostered in most spots now.
It's funny you say that. Someone asked us that question, and I said JJ McCarthy is like the streaming quarterback to probably look at. Darnold, I also agree, probably not out there. Sir. Pierre, drop Parker Washington with Jacoby Myers in Jacksonville, and then Isaiah Davis with no Breece Hall deal. So I guess we're asking, drop Washington now, and do you hold on to Davis if Breece Hall is not traded?
Hold Davis. You hold Davis either way because, he's a high-end handcuff. He's pretty much a plug-and-play RB2 if Breece misses any time. And Washington, if you're dropping him, it depends on who you're dropping him for. So there's a lot of good matchup options this week. It depends on who's on your waiver wire. Do you need a tight end? Do you need what do you need for your team? So that who you're dropping and who you're keeping all depends on what you're getting for Washington. He's not just a straight drop.
I'm going to do a couple non-super ones that are very related to waivers and the trades. Do you think it was a bad trade for Shaheed, by the way?
No. Okay. He's going to get massive upgrade in quarterback play. Dude, I mean, just straight up, like okay, the passing volume is going to go down a little bit. You're going from Tyler Shuck to Sam Darnold.
I don't think the passing volume will go down. Did you see Darnold throw for like 350 in that? It didn't go down. It didn't go down.
I mean, no, but my whole thing, it goes back to, it is just a huge upgrade in quarterback play. I will take 6 targets from Sam Darnold on a weekly basis over 10 targets from Tyler Shuck. Straight up.
Yeah. Well, where do you have Olave rest of season now with Shaheed gone? You said he was an up. Is there like a range? Like, let's just arguably also say, was he like RB 22 before, and now you think he's a top 15, something like that? Still horrible quarterback play though.
I think Olave is still going to be like low end wide receiver. Like his target share is going to go up, but I've got to, and for everybody out there, I've got to go update rest season rankings tonight after all the news and everything kind of sifts out. Like right now, I've got Olave at wide receiver 28. Now, I'm probably going to move him up into like the 24, 25 range because I do think that his target share probably ticks up into the low 30s, but it's still Tyler freaking Shuck. Like half of those will be catchable.
Yeah. This is a good one. We lost some wide receivers on the waivers. Demario Douglas is one of those guys that is kind of interesting. Or you're giving your answer visually here. But if Booty is to miss some time, he did in his private Discord server said he's probably not going to miss some time. There is the thought that Douglas, he's been like a red zone guy. So I guess you've already answered it. You don't have any interest in Douglas because this question is, should I drop Slayton for Douglas?
Hell no, don't do that.
Okay.
No. Slayton has good matchups upcoming. If he's like he's been getting a good target share. Dude just hasn't been able to stay healthy. And here's the thing. If he would have come down with the freaking moon ball that Dart laced to him in the
part of the problem. Not good.
But if he would have had, the point is like he would have had over 100 yards receiving and a touchdown and had a monster day, and this wouldn't even be a topic.
Yeah, but his career is ifs and buts. Was candies and nuts. We'd all have a Merry Christmas. Like, because he's not a good wide receiver. That's what he does. He drops the ball a whole bunch. But
he's also never had a quarterback like Dart either. I mean, think about the history there. Daniel Jones and Russell Wilson and a whole lot of other Tommy DeVito nastiness. Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah, I get your point. Maybe. Hey, y'all. Got offered Darren Waller, Baker Mayfield, Brandon Ayuk, Quentin Johnson, Worthy, and Judkins. I'm already going to hate this trade for Derrick Henry, Pickens, and Jaden Daniels.
Well, Jaden Daniels is out probably the rest of the season.
The only good player in there's Judkins that you're getting. Is this a keeper league?
Yeah, I like Michael. What kind of league are we talking here? Like that's a whole lot of slop, and I'm still taking the Henry side.
Yeah, I don't like it, whether it's dynasty or not. They're trying to change
it would have to be dynasty. Like even in a keeper, like
dude,
still not in love with it.
I hate trades like that. I'm so done with trades like that. They're like, here, I'm going to give you 7 players, but I only need 3 of your best players, please. And it's like,
here's my bag of misfit toys. You like?
It's so stupid. Hey guys, DJ, do you want Brian Thomas rest of season with the injury, Tetaroa or Kittle? So if you can only pick one, you have to do the injury-based thing with BT. Tetaroa? I'm out on Kittle, by the way.
Dude, Kittle, it's a more exaggerated version of what we've seen in different parts of his career. Like it's just he's blocking, that he's helping the offense overall. It's not going to help when Ricky Pearsall comes back. So yeah, I'll just take the volume of Tet, man. Like, good Lord, Bryce Young, please throw the ball better. Just all we need. It's all we need.
Pretty please. Carlos, I don't know what you said, but I appreciate you.
Thanks, Carlos.
Best tight end waiver pickup. This is from John. Interesting question because Tucker Kraft is out, and that creates a bigger question to this. I think you got Musgrave that's floating out there. I think Loveland gets thrown into that, but it was relevant to Odunze. I tend to think in the waiver world, those are the 2 that we're throwing out. You tell me if that's correct and or if there's a better person.
So right now, my waiver wire rankings, which you can find on FantasyPros.com, they're also in the article that's live on the site. I've got Fannin as my top guy. If he's not out there, because he's about 50% rostered, probably rostered in most. Yeah, most competitive places. I'll assume Loveland is not out there. Now, if he is out there, he's obviously the big pickup that can carry you maybe for the rest of the season. Also, Cole Kmet is still a specter there where it could steal routes. The two players that I'll highlight here that are probably on, if you're looking for matchup-based streaming options for this week, the two guys that are out there in probably most different leagues right now are Cade Otton and Dalton Schultz. Both of them have top 12 matchups for tight ends. Both of them are getting elevated target shares, both in the last few weeks. Like, dude, Cade Otton since week 5 has almost a 20% target share. So Cade Otton and Dalton Schultz are the two guys that are very streamable and are probably both going to be inside of my top 15 tight ends for the week.
You know, one I really like too is right here. Theo Johnson. Dart loves Theo Johnson.
He just scores touchdowns, dude. Yeah. He just scores touchdowns.
It's a really great option. So Debro's got you covered on the website. You can check out the rankings, but also for whether it's tight end or more, go to Waiver Central. Take the guesswork out of your waiver wire decisions with Waiver Central. Get instant analysis on potential moves from over 100 fantasy experts. Discover the weekly, rest of season, and dynasty impact for every waiver ad. Use Waiver Planner to get a complete customized waiver plan for your league, including fab bid suggestions, backup bids, and one-click submission for the top fantasy football league sites. Visit fantasypros.com/myplaybook or download the Fantasy Pros app to optimize your roster today. That's Waiver Central. Do it, friends. fantasypros.com/waiver central or the My Playbook app. Get on it, baby. Do the best you can on the waivers. All right, some more super chats here. Hi, PPR League, trade, receive Adunze and J.K. Dobbins, give Bucky. My wide receivers are Javonte, Waddle, Jameson. Your running backs are more important here. Gibbs, McCaffrey. Oh, yeah. You get Adunze and Dobbins, and you get rid of Bucky, who we
do that.
Want to talk about milk carton. He welcome to dairy. We don't know where the hell Bucky Irving is.
Yeah, I don't even know when he comes back either. Like, the reports have been so scattershot and kind of quiet about his health and when he possibly returns. If you can get that, like, that's full value on Bucky, is it not, Welsh? Or close to it? Like, that's
I think so.
A discount.
Yes, I think
Adunze
for Bucky is pretty dang close, and then you're getting Dobbins when you already have two of the best running backs in the
Rome's
NFL.
A good buy low too.
Yeah, it's great.
I don't love Caleb, but I do think the target share swings back in Rome's favor. His dad's out there. I
was waiting for you to stop talking.
That dude.
I was gonna say, are you?
Dad.
What do you feel about the dad? No, if you're a dad, you really think
his dad's right.
I think he needs.
I'm not saying as a father I would be doing that. I'm just saying his dad's not telling any lies. I'm not saying that he should be doing it.
I mean, Sally, you think Adunze should get traded?
Oh no, they're not going to trade him. But I mean, dude, I mean, honestly, if you're the Bears, why would you not consider taking offers for DJ Moore? Like,
because no, it's the same reason the Jags are not going to trade Brian Thomas. It's fine that it comes up in discussions.
Oh yeah, they're not moving him. Yeah,
it's not happening whatsoever. Yeah. Thoughts on Debo now that JD is out? What do you think?
He's going to be fine as far as volume goes, especially against two high teams. I'd have to look at the rest of their season schedule. I think the bigger thing that helps Debo is the fact that I don't know when we see Terry McLaurin again, or if we see him the rest of the regular season.
Just before, like minutes ago, we got this from Rappaport. Treylon Burks was added to the 53 man.
It tells you a lot of what you need to know about McLaurin. I will not. They put him on IR. He goes on like season ending. Like the McLaurin stuff has been weird. So Debo's going to be even, and I'm assuming with all of this that we get Marcus Mariota for the rest of the season. Like JD5, we haven't gotten the full word on if that injury was season ending. I'm assuming that it is. So even with Mariota,
he was scratching his back with his arm. It was the other direct. Like, what are we talking about? That thing, he's done.
Dude. Yeah, I agree with you. I think he's done. And Debo's probably just still like a low-end wide receiver too, like a volume-based guy now.
Yeah, that's how I feel. It's like a down, but like I feel like I'm taking crazy pills with the Jaden Daniels stuff. Like, I guess I can appreciate that things can happen. I cannot assume he's coming back.
No,
at all this season.
I agree with you. I don't think we see him for the rest of the year. And honestly, like the Commanders, I hated their offseason, Welsh. It was crazy. Horrible. And now it's like you got a brittle, beat up roster full of aging vets, and now you traded away your second and your fourth round pick next year. Good job, Adam Peters. You're kind of a schlub.
I guess. More supers. 11-3, now 11-7, 2-win chances per week. Okay. I've got May, Jet, GSN, Tetaroa, Kittle, Achan, Do I trade Kittle for maybe Monty and Spears or Etienne and then waiver a tight end?
I mean, I'm fine. I would trade him for Etienne, and I'm fine with it, and just stream tight ends.
Oh, he doesn't have a second back. I thought he did. Achan. I don't like Bill. I
would get Etienne.
If it's like, the Lovelands and the Schultz and stuff, I actually do think you can stream tight end in that spot. I'm really worried that Kittle is not going to be able to return for him. He got hurt again this weekend. Mac hasn't been getting the ball. Purdy will probably do something different. And there are some big questions as far as pass catchers. So I don't want to discount that Kittle can't still get involved.
Do you think we see Purdy this week? Do you think we do? I do. Okay. Because I'm kind of like 50-50. I'm like, it depends on how practice goes. Maybe.
Yeah. Seth, did you just put a baseball thing in here? Just put a baseball out for injury for the season, which is important. My boy Yu Darvish is out for the year, but I was like, wait a minute, what?
That's basically what every year for Yu Darvish.
It's sad. He's the nicest guy too. I love that guy.
Yeah, I mean he's super talented. Just
all right,
his body's betraying him.
7-2 team moves. All your team. Bucky straight up for what is the question here? You gave us a bunch of players and then
straight up for like who are we gonna trade Bucky straight up for? I
don't know.
Okay, let me see your wide receivers. So you got Garrett, you got T-Mac, Pittman, Ridley. Okay, well Ridley's droppable. I don't know why you still got him on a roster. Bye-bye. Kick him to the curb. You're okay-ish on, I mean, you're really like hoping that Breece gets traded, Isaiah Davis. You're probably saying, if I'm you, I'm like taking Bucky and Boutte and maybe trying to get another running back or going for a wide receiver and taking it that way. But I think running back wise,
I'd rather hold.
I mean, if you could get Judkins, you probably can't, then fine. If you could get Derrick Henry, fine, but you probably can't. Wide receiver wise, if you could go get Cortland Sutton, Devontae Smith, Jalen Waddle, like kind of like that mid-range wide receiver 2, low end 1, like any of those guys. But again, I don't know if you can. That's kind of the area code you're living in, though.
Yeah, I just think you need to hold. Awesome Dev, Superflex team, Dax on bye. I've got Purdy. Do I trust Purdy or go pick up literally the worst group of quarterbacks that you could decide from? And how much fab would you pick these horrifically bad quarterbacks from? So you want somebody there?
I mean,
I don't
know if you trust Purdy.
So let me, because I wonder if he's asking it from this
Superflex. Who's your other quarterback?
No, but hold on. If he's asking, would you drop Purdy for any of these?
I'm not dropping Purdy.
Okay, I want to make sure because I think that could be insinuated in the question. Listen, go and pick up a guy. We'll find the best matchup.
The QB2. Penix is fine though. The Colts are giving up a lot of production. He's had QB1 weeks, including last week. So
sure, yeah, then that would be the play. But it's got to be at the expense of somebody else. You don't.
Yeah. I'm not dropping Purdy to do that. But yes,
Messer, you're asking this. I'm going to save this if this does happen. I don't.
Yeah, we'll hit it ground if
we'll
we
come
get
back
news,
to it.
and I'm constantly just refresh.
Yeah, and I think Seth is playing our own newsbreaker here in the chat to see what's going down. That's right. All right. HF Daniels, Los Daniels looking to trade for Lamar. They want Dowdle and a wide receiver. I've got Tet, Pearsall, JMO, Wandell, Parker Washington. Who do I send?
Can you acquire a cheaper novel? Like, I wouldn't be going for Lamar right now. I don't think his hammy's fully healthy. Like, if you watch that game, he was not running like Lamar and did not look like Lamar. So I would aim lower than Lamar. If you're dead set on making this trade, it would be Dowdle and I mean, it's a freaking quarterback, man. I would take advantage of the big game from JMO and take it that way. But
yeah, again, I bet you they
lower quarterback.
I'll bet you they don't do it for less than Tetaroa and kick.
Yeah, they won't. And I'm not doing that.
Yeah, go get a cheaper quarterback. So that's what I think is going to happen. Marco, 7-2 record. Desperately need a running back. Have Flowers, BTJ, Debo on my bench to trade. Which running back should I target? Starters are Puka, JSN, Pittman, and Jacobs. First suggestion. These are my least favorite question, but I am respectful to loving you, Marco. What you should first do is you should sync your league up on FantasyPros. In my playbook, you will get trade suggestions. You can also tag it with different parameters that you want to happen. You can use coach and everything. This is such an open-ended question. How are we to know what lines up? That's what's so great about the trade analyzers. It can pick, because what you want to do is you've got to target a team that is in desperate need of wide receivers. Here's the problem. You're not selling them great wide receivers. BTJ, downtick. Debo, downtick. Flowers is maybe the best of it. So you have to first target the team that has a plethora of running backs and is needy at wide receiver. So we don't know. What I think you're doing is you're targeting a low-end RB2 for it. So great. Yep. Debro, hit us with who the running back is.
The running back everybody needs to go out there and acquire, because I promise you his rest of season value is not going to match up with what you're going to be able to get him for a trade. Jalen freaking Warren, dude. His schedule rest of season. I'm just lay this out for everybody. Welsh, stop me when you hear a matchup that concerns you, Welsh.
Okay.
He gets the Chargers, the Bengals, the Bears, the Bills, the Ravens, the Dolphins. Okay, here we go. Finally, the Lions and the Browns. But dude, we are talking about like 5 weeks of gloriousness.
When are the Browns? Is that 17 or is that in the fantasy playoffs?
I think that's week 17. It is literally championship week for most teams. Before you, like, Lions and Browns are week 16 and 17.
Don't love that.
But I know, but still, you got to get there. And Jalen Warren could say, all right, get on my back. Let's go. We're going to the fantasy playoffs, baby.
You trade Flowers for him?
Yes.
Okay, so I think that's the play. Really difficult. Just giving you guys advice on how you like. We want to answer your questions the best possible way we can, but giving us your entire team and then just being like, "What should I do?" Like, we're gonna try our best. Yeah. So like, go and sync, and you can come back and tell us what it says, or give us a little bit more, just so we can give you the best possible answer, because that's what we're striving for, and those are pretty tough. Kincaid, Loveland, Johnson to replace Kraft rest of season. So Theo, Loveland, or Kincaid?
Hold on, Nick. Kincaid. He's got a wonderful matchup. He should rip the Dolphins in half this week.
And don't hate Loveland, but yeah, I would agree with that.
Don't hate Loveland.
Honestly,
the answer is pick up both and just play matchups.
My next book is a tragedy. That's 100%.
H.F. Daniels, baby. Paperback novel extraordinaire. Yep. He's on a bestseller list. Love
it. The Jonathan Helms. Kelsey on bye week and Kelsey on bye, pick up and play week 10. Sorry, can't read. Mason Taylor, Loveland, Fannin, Njoku, Henry, Juwan Johnson, or Schultz. Ooh, I think this might be a sneaky answer.
Schultz is my pickup for just this week. If you're just going like, I need the best matchup for this week, it's Schultz, and Loveland would be the second one, only because I don't know what happens with Cole Kmet. If he comes back, it's probably going to hurt Loveland.
I got a better answer. Juwan Johnson, Carolina Panthers. Yep. He's the only option there. It's not really a better answer.
No, but like the matchup is awesome. My worry is Tyler Shuck. But I get it. The matchup.
If you watch Shuck, like he just looked like a serviceable. He made some good throws, and so he's not great. The team isn't great. He looked better than Spencer Rattler.
Playing with live wires, and they're like, okay, am I going to let you keep myself on this play or not?
Okay, would you rather Spencer Rattler be back in?
I would, yeah.
Oof.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I didn't even one of them.
I didn't even think about this, by the way, but super chats are no longer guaranteed. We probably should have done that before. I kind of wasn't paying attention to that because we were rolling, but don't drop any more super chats if you want us to guarantee that we can get it. So Dr. Pepin, that is the last of the guarantees. We'll get those bad boys in a lightning round for sure, but just no more guarantees because we got 20 minutes. If any trades are going to go down, we just want to leave some space for it. So let's get the rest of these bad boys. Baker Goff rest of season.
I'll go Goff, just better weapons. I think Baker's going to have a lot more up and down games. I mean, his weapons are just beat the heckin' back, dude.
Would you drop Keenan for Franklin, Tez Johnson, Slayton, or Watson?
I'm not dropping Keenan, but if you needed to absolutely, like, who am I playing this week? It'd be Franklin. Like, if you needed the flex alley-oop.
And then they have Gadsden. Should they try to go grab Loveland?
Well, yeah, if you got the spot, grab Loveland. If anything, it's just trade bait.
But what if it was to cut Keenan for Loveland?
No, not doing that.
Trenton, what is a good player to target at running back? I have Hampton. We just told you. It was Jalen Warren. Jalen Warren. That is the answer.
Easy.
Go get him.
Go get him.
Julio, trade Chase Brown and Myers to get Bucky.
Yeah, I would do that. I mean, Myers is what, a wide receiver 4? I would even take the shot on Bucky. Like, I know you're giving up an RB2, but if Bucky comes back, he is an RB1. But I would say, Julio, you got to be like a 7-2 team or like a 1 or 2 loss team to take that type of risk and have some outs to kind of insulate you in case the Bucky stuff goes sideways.
Yeah, like I want Bucky over Chase Brown when he comes back, but it's like, win.
So here's the real move, Julio. Make this move and then go give some peanuts to somebody for Rachaad White, and then you're covered.
Some what?
Peanuts, sir. Peanuts. Well, I mean, if you're allergic, then no.
I was about to say, what if they're allergic there, Derek? Careful.
Ice cream? Oh, crap. What about dairy? Oh, wait. I can't stop.
Bread, gluten. Oh, my God. Just
pass out the EpiPens.
Which one would you drop? This is from Robbie. Which one did you drop for Dowdle? Someone dropped him midweek. I know, geez. For another player. Genty, Judkins, Javonte Williams. I can't keep it. So you'd have to drop one of those guys. Javonte. It's only Williams is the only decision. Or you could drop a kicker for now. Someone's got to go.
Okay, straight up. Who are you taking rest of season, Welshie? Judkins or Rico? I'm taking Rico.
Over Judkins? No, I'm not done with Judkins. He's elite, but I think I might take Rico.
Isn't Rico just a better version of Judkins? Bad team, but better quarterback play in Carolina, better head coach. They're kind of like the Spider-Man gif.
But like, I'm also like Javonte Williams. Could you cut Javonte? You don't want to cut Javonte?
I'm not cutting Javonte. Not in that offense. I mean, dude, Javonte's awesome. He's like a top 5 running back this year.
You know what would be cool? You know what would be cooler? Maybe cut your kicker. And see if I know there's a Judkins.
I'm totally fine dropping the kicker. Yeah.
And then see if
2-for-1 trade, baby.
Yeah. Kick the can down the road for a couple more days and see if you can wait if someone hits an IR.
If you could drop the kicker and then acquire Rico and then go out and give somebody Judkins and Rico and get into like the Jonathan Taylor atmosphere. That's the move, man.
Now you're cooking.
That's the move.
Can you rate these waiver wire quarterbacks in order? Love it. Waiver wires live stream. Fields, Flacco, Stroud, Trevor, CJ, Mariota, Penix. It's a lot.
Oh,
how about this? What's your top 3?
Well, Flacco's out this week, so you're not worried about him. Are we just talking about rest of the season here, HF? Because of this week, a lot of these names are cut off. Stroud doesn't probably play this week. Trevor's Trevor. I would say my top guy's gonna be JJ. Then I would take Fields for this week. If we're talking rest of season, it'd be Flacco, JJ, Fields, and then the whole rest of that slop.
So was JJ the top for this week?
For this week, yeah.
Okay, agreed. For the season, I would go Flacco, JJ, Stroud would be my 3. So.
Okay.
It's a yucky question.
That's a lot of quarterbacks.
Darts available. Los Daniels. How much fab do you think?
You're starting at probably like 30%. I mean, you're paying for a QB1, so what's that worth for you?
But do you think there's a fight for him if he's been out there? You think there's
if he's been, it's probably a smaller league, but it depends. I mean, people have a quarterback injury. Here's the thing that's working against you a ton. All the quarterbacks on bye this week, so yeah, you're probably going to have a fight. Gotcha. Like Dak's on bye, Flacco's on bye. Like you're going to have a fight. So yeah, I think the start is probably 30.
All right. Today's show is brought to you by our new presenting sponsor, Hard Rock Bet. If you're listening on the podcast, you're probably deep in the stats, injury reports, and matchups. On the Hard Rock Bet, you can put your fantasy football knowledge to the test. Try your first bet on Hard Rock Bet today. Just place $5, any bet, and if it hits, you not only get the winnings, you can get an extra $150 in bonus bets. And if you're looking for an edge before you're locked in, check out the Hard Rock Bet Stats Hub. It's loaded with trends, streaks, and stats to help guide your picks. Numbers don't lie, and neither does the data in there. My friends, lock it up. Check out the Stats Hub now. Get the edge and bet with confidence. The Hard Rock Bet Sportsbook app is the only legal sportsbook for whenever and wherever you're in Florida. And it's also live here in Arizona, Ohio, New Jersey, Indiana, Tennessee, Virginia, Illinois, and Colorado. Coming soon to more states too. Plus, Hard Rock Bet offers new promos every single day. So whenever you're listening, just open the app, check out what we've got going on any day of the week. Download the Hard Rock Bet app and make your first deposit today. Do it. Hard Rock Bet. Okay. Let's do some more supers. Full PPR, need a running back. This is from Dev and want to trade for Quinshon. You mean Quentin Johnston or Quinshon Judkins?
I think you meant, yeah, we got to.
I think you mean Quinshon Judkins. Did you have a seizure?
Frankenstein some players here, Dev.
Yeah. What can I offer? I've got Nico London, Wandale, Diggs, and Sutton. So assuming this is Judkins, what do you think it costs? London is out of we're not even entertain London, by the way.
No, you're probably having to give up Sutton is probably what I'm saying. My first offer would probably be Diggs and Wandale, and it probably gets auto rejected, but it's probably Sutton or Nico. And honestly, I would trade Nico before I trade Sutton.
Really?
Yeah.
You're that out?
That offense, Nick Caley sucks, dude. He's terrible. That offense has been broken because Nick Caley can't. Okay, I'll stop before I go off.
Where the hell are our trades, by the way? What happened? Calm before the storm. This thing piddled out.
Jerry's running out of first, dude.
We're like, oh, hey, it's the trade deadline. There's going to be amazing stuff. Crickets. Yep. 10 minutes of breaking down what happened, and that's it.
I think a lot of teams are competing against themselves, and I think the Jets are keeping the price high on Breece. I think
pick up the phone.
Second, promise you.
Breece Hall's a free agent after this.
It did just get brought up by Schefter, dropped it, and did say that AJ Brown will not be traded. Well, thank you, Schefter. We knew that was going to. Breaking news.
Hey, is Jalen Hurts going to stay home too?
I got to milk those AJ Brown headlines.
Guess what? Patrick Mahomes not going to be moved on the bye week. Thanks so much.
I hate stuff like that because it's like, dude, you just tweeting stuff just to tweet stuff. Like, shut up, man.
Who am I supposed to follow, by the way? I was following Schefter earlier, then Rappaport was breaking everything, and now Rappaport is dead silent right now. He's tweeting out official pictures of Quinn and Williams. Who cares?
I can't. Speaking of side tangents, I hate when he does that just to milk something extra. And he's like, officially official. You already tweeted the damn thing happened. We got it. Okay, thanks.
Trying to get his Twitter. He's getting his Twitter money. That's what he's looking for.
Good Lord. Like, it's officially official. Well, wasn't it already official? Oh, I don't know if it was officially official yet. That Jordan Schultz, I got stuff on alert for him. That's my dude.
All right. Well, this is pittering out. This was going to be exciting. If Breece is not traded, this is a travesty and a mockery and a shamockery.
Yeah.
Travis Shamockery.
We've been Aaron Glend.
More Daniels. Didn't you already ask us this one? That was my only viable. I want to trade for Lamar. They want. Yeah, you already asked us this one.
Oh yeah. Well, I think HF should just chirping back about like what. So Los Daniels in the league.
So do you trade Dowdle and a wide receiver or hold Dowdle and stream a quarterback? I think you stream a quarterback.
Hold Dowdle and stream.
Yeah.
They
want the world. They want the world, baby. Don't give them the world.
Too much, man.
Should I drop Woody Marks or Stevenson for Isaiah Davis? I'd say no, unless Breece
not right now. I mean, if you could drop your kicker or your defense, and I don't care who your kicker is. I don't care who your defense is.
Even if it's Dicker the kicker,
I don't care. Don't care. Could be Greg the leg. Don't care. It's kicker. It's a defense. Don't care.
Okay, Anthony. Hey, pros. Got offered Jefferson for Bowers. Wide receivers are Brown, Ladd, Addison, St. Brown. Well, lead with St. Brown, dude. I've got Fannin 6-3 record. So you've got Amon-Ra, AJ Brown, and Ladd, and then Jefferson, and you would get Jefferson if you moved off of.
Or is he moving Bowers for Jefferson? I'm trying to figure out where you're going with this, Anthony.
I'm assuming
phrasing of this stuff
Jefferson.
Always gets weird. Like,
I know.
Who are you getting, Anthony?
I think he's getting Jefferson here.
Offer Jefferson for Bowers
because he says here are my wide receivers. So he'd have Amon-Ra, AJ, and Justin Jefferson with Ladd, and then.
You got Fannin?
And he has Fannin. God, this question is like this could be either way. What side do you want? You want Jefferson or Bowers?
I mean, for your team, I want Bowers.
This question is, but don't think of the team because he wrote this. This could be either.
This is a weird phrasing, Anthony. I'm sorry, but
got offered Jefferson means like he should have been getting.
I wouldn't do this for Jefferson. Like I would want the Bowers side of this. So if you get Bowers, sure. If you're trading away Bowers, then no.
I think I'm okay even moving off of Bowers.
I just think Bowers rest of the season is a difference maker, man. I think he moves the needle.
Jefferson's pretty good too. 12-team PPR flex Pearsall or Monangai. If he plays, of course, I have to drop. If Pearsall plays, you've got to drop Brian Robinson or Bill Krosky. I think running backs are McCaffrey. I think Monangai is elite right now. And
drop B-Rob and play Kyle. I mean, if we're assuming that Swift is out, we're assuming that Ricky Pearsall plays.
No. But what he's saying is if Pearsall plays, like he has to drop one of those guys, and then which one would we
drop? B-Rob. You drop B-Rob.
Yeah, no, that's easy. But then, are you starting Pearsall over Monagai?
No.
Hell no. They're playing the Giants.
Assuming Swift is out, but that's part of this.
I don't care if Swift is out. They're playing the Giants.
Well, that's fair. That's fair.
You run for 400 bajillion yards.
Yeah,
it's amazing. Most yards by any running back not named Brian Robinson, who only had 5 carries. Anyone with double-digit carries, no running back averaged more yards after contact than Kyle Monangai last week. And it was Bengals though. But guess what? It's even worse. It's the Giants this coming week.
Yep. So I mean, you're a guy, my guy, Kyle Monangai.
We like Kyle Monangai.
Yep.
I like that. Should I trade Javonte for Breece and Worthy?
No, I'm not doing that. No.
Okay. All right. Somehow we got this. I don't know what this is. For when we come across Reese Meyer's super chat, I guess the question got lost. So I'm just going to put it in here because it got highlighted to us. Reese says Drake May, St. Brown, Waddle, CMC, H.N. Laporta. He gives our entire roster. Who should I drop on my bench? For what? Bench is Addison, Keenan Allen.
I mean,
let me go find the question. I don't know why you guys highlighted because this is what, because Reese said missing people.
No, we haven't missed anybody. We're trying to get to everybody, Reese.
Yeah, how did we miss?
Just because we haven't gotten to people, like we still have super chats in the queue. We're trying to get to people.
Oh, well, Reese, I think you were the one that put the super chat without a thing on it, right? Oh, I don't know. If we missed,
I don't know, but I mean, we're still getting through questions here. Like just because we haven't gotten to people doesn't mean we're missing people. But yes, Therese, to your question here, dude, if you got Laporta, I'm dropping Andrews. Like Andrews has 2 usable weeks out of the entire freaking season out of all these other people. Like, but you put Daniels here. Like that's also I'm guessing that's Jaden Daniels. So just wait until later in the week and drop Jaden Daniels because he might be out for the rest of the season. So this could be just wait and see.
I'm not really understanding the context of what, like, why are we dropping somebody? And by the way, it shows you sent a super with no questions. So we did not miss it. Your super didn't have a question. Luckily, our incredible guys behind the scenes, like John, who's our boss, and Seth, put it into our face to make sure. So
yeah, we definitely want to answer everything we can. So now, Reese, I mean, if you're like one player over, I would wait until the news about Jaden Daniels because it could just be that easy. Like you drop him and he's out for the rest of the season.
Could he be asking like if he has to activate Pearsall? Like who does he cut? Addison, Allen.
But then it's still, you don't have to activate Pearsall right now. You just won't be able to mess with your lineup until later in the week, which is fine. That's fine. So just hold for now. I'm waiting for Daniels news.
I would cut Daniels though. That would be the pretty easy one. He's going to miss significant time. So
yeah, I mean,
all right. Where are we at? Do we need to go to lightning round? Have I done all my reads in here? Let me check.
How many? Seth, drop it in here in our private. How many we got? How many super chats we got left?
Oh yeah, no, I'm comfortable with where we are. I just want to make sure I got all the reads. All right, let's do a little bit more lightning round on our soupies. Let's do some soupy lightning rounds. This was one. Should I trade Javonte for Breece Hall and Worthy? Did we answer that?
Yeah, I wouldn't do that deal.
I would not do that either. Drop or hold, Daniels. Any word on? I mean, I'm dropping, but if you have the ability to hold, you should hold because, like, wait for more news. But like I told you before, he had his fingernails on his back. You know, like his arm was completely bent backwards.
I think he's gonna be out for the rest of the season. But right now, like, unless you have to, I'd hold.
Yeah. Can we trade Woody Johnson next? We'll take a bet.
Nobody wants Woody. No, it's a very Dan Snyder-ish kind of issue. Nobody wants him.
We did this on a stream like last week.
Owners of the NFL.
I do candy corn. I'll do candy corn.
I love candy corn.
Okay, yeah,
candy corn is elite. I love candy corn. And anybody like if you hate me for that, that's fine. I love candy corn.
You guys are gonna hate this. Like FantasyPros is we're a very pro. Well, okay, that's a little too far, but we're a very pro.
Top 10 candy. Would you go there?
It's a candy I'm gonna eat. If it's there,
both times I gave a ranking, you're like,
no, I don't have it that high. It's just like FantasyPros is a pro candy. Everybody, we have talked about this on air. We all like candy corn. I'm not gonna like if you put like any gummy candy in front of me versus candy corn, I'm gonna go
sour candy always over for me. But like it's up there, dude. Like
it's up there.
Put it this way. The day after Halloween, I went to Walmart and I'm like stacking up, just tossing them in the buggy, man. Like discount candy corn. Let's go, man. I got a whole package, like a stash on top of the fridge, so my 7-year-old can't get to it.
We'll take some
Now,
from Woody Johnson.
My luck, she's gonna like Tarzan up there and freaking get it. But
my kids have already. The candy's gone pretty much. All right, lightning round. Drop Tuten for Pierce.
Done. If you need a flex this week.
Yep, very cool with that. I've been offered DK Metcalf and McBride for my Bucky and Gadsden. It would leave me short on running back until Trey Benson is back. Well, Bucky's not doing anything for you right now anyway. So DK and Metcalf. All right, DK. Metcalf and McBride to give away Bucky and Gadsden. Yay or nay?
I would do it. Yeah.
I think I'd do it too.
It's close, but I would do it.
That. I must drop Purdy. That was the one we were talking about.
Oh, you in these max leagues, Dev. Good Lord.
Purdy for all this and over those other stupid quarterback replacements. Nick, redo. Rest of season craft replacement. Most consistent out of Schultz, Kincaid, Theo, Hawkinson, Jawan Johnson, Otten, Barner, Loveland, Taylor. Buddy, that's all the great options. You got to play play the best matchup.
Kincaid.
Yeah, go Kincaid.
Here's the thing, Nick. Pick up Kincaid and pick up Loveland, and you play matchups, and you hope Loveland takes over the full-time role, and then you're just deciding between Kincaid and Loveland every single week.
Or Jawan Johnson.
Yeah, that's fair.
Who are some trade targets for a playoff run? That's a great lightning round question at the end of the show. Jaylen Warren.
Jaylen Warren is a really good one. If Saquon comes back healthy, he's got a fantastic run out of matchups. Oh, good Lord. I'm looking through stuff here. If you needed quarterback help, Jackson Dart's got a wonderful schedule. Like you get the Bears, the Packers, who have actually been more pliable to the pass. Lions. It just get in the Discord. I can give you a lot more targets. I don't want to shortchange you here, but get in the Discord too.
Yeah, again, it's a tough live stream question to throw.
Because I off the top of my head, like going through siphoning through everybody's rest of season schedule. Also, something that really can help you, go to FantasyPros.com, go to the research tab, look at schedule, strength of schedule, and you can filter and stuff based off positions to help you with targets there too.
All right, let's get these two supers, and then I want to hit you with something, and we'll see if we can get a couple last-minute questions as the trade deadline is about to end. Derrick Henry or Javonte Williams? Derrick Henry.
I'm going Vontae, but it's close.
Gross. It's all gross. Who should I trade and for who? Amon-Ra, Rice, Odunze, Puka. Who should I
trade Odunze, but you're not going to get as much. So honestly, David, I'm telling you to hold here. That's a fantastic 4-piece of wide receivers.
That is amazing.
And you're not gonna get enough to give you any reason to give away any one of those guys. Rome would be the only one, and you're gonna get what, 75 cents on the dollar? No, thanks.
I'm open to Rice, but it has to be for like a top 5 or 6 running back.
You've got it. And dude, honestly, Rice is what, top 3 to 5 rest of season? So
real quick, D-Bro, can you give me just a 60-second run or less? What is your top 5 waivers this week? What is your top waiver options? Or if you just want to give couple running backs, couple wide receivers, a couple tight ends, who tops your list that people can go read more words about you set up? But since this is the waiver wire stream, who are the top targets position, just lightning round style?
So Isaiah Davis, obviously the top running back. Tank is out there. We don't have any kind of report about Saquon's health, but he's definitely worth the pickup. Alec Pierce is now my top wide receiver of the week. His matchup is fantastic. Go read the waiver wire article. Alec Pierce versus single high coverage will feed families. The next guy for wide receivers would be Troy Franklin. Slayton's after him. And I said the top quarterback streamer for the week will be Sam Darnold or JJ, and tight ends that are probably wildly available. Matchup-based streaming options are Cade Otton and Dalton Schultz.
How did the trade deadline absolutely pitter out like this? That is wild. What a setup we had. We're like,
Breece not go?
It does. We have 1 minute.
If it's Trevor Penning to the Chargers, which only helps our O-line and Chargers people.
Oh, thank God. The trade we've been waiting for. MLB trade deadline, you'll get 15 minutes after. You'll get this one got in under the wire or whatever. So there's a chance. There's still 1 minute. I cannot. So, the super here, poor Oh no, that was the David one. Where the hell did it go? It was the one that we were saving from Messer.
Oh yeah,
Thoughts on getting traded? We both thought it was for sure happening. It doesn't make sense. So if he stays, what's your outlook on Breece? Like, do you think they're going to use more Davis? Do you think? I mean, he wanted out. Like, what's your outlook on him staying as a Jet?
I bet they're going to incorporate more Isaiah Davis because they need to know if Breece walks. Because here's the thing: if they didn't trade him, then they overplayed their hand, and they're just like, we probably can get a better comp pick. That's probably what it came down to do for the Jets. They probably said, okay, all these offers, we can get a better comp pick in the offseason, so we're going to keep him. But to say the other part about that is, since he stays, they have to see if Isaiah Davis can be an answer for them in 2026. You might see more of a committee backfield. I can't see. You don't make all these moves and then you turn around this offseason and pay Breece. So he's gone. He's not going to be a Jet in 2026. So yeah, I think you're going to see more Isaiah Davis. So probably a similar situation as like how we're looking at Chicago, like assuming DeAndre Swift is healthy for the rest of the season, like Isaiah Davis probably living in that 9 to 12 touch range. I mean, what do you think, Welshie? Am I wrong with that?
Yeah, I think that's about the same. I mean, we've been popular into committee styles. I really like, more than anything, I'm just shocked. Like, what's the point? Like, was it really no team would give up more than like a 6th-round pick and they felt the compensatory was going to be higher? That really is the only logic to what this could have been. And that happens in sports. Because if you're going to go and trade out the other pieces that you did, why would you not? I'm kind of surprised no team would step up a little bit further.
Pollard didn't get moved, man. Like, Tennessee, what the ever loving heck are you doing? Like,
yeah. I'm surprised. I mean, surprised in general that the Jets wouldn't have done this, but they go to keep the compensatory pick. And I'm surprised also that Pollard didn't get moved. But I would suspect you're going to see kind of similar splits. Spears over Pollard. He already had outsnapped him. And I think you're going to see even splits with Davis and Breece Hall. And you never know. Maybe even we see, healthy scratches from Breece or something like that. So,
I mean, here's the other part. Like, well, they're not going to cut. Yeah, healthy scratch. They're not going to cut him because then you wouldn't get the comp pick. So, yeah. I agree with that. Weird stuff.
But all right, that's going to do it for the Waiver Wire live stream. We got more live streams coming up tomorrow. I'll actually be back on this. Make sure you guys are locked in with us as always. I'll be doing the rank show, which is going to be fun. Me, Pat, and Erickson will be setting that up. We got lots and lots of stuff. Make sure you guys go lock in with Fantasy Pros on my playbook. You guys want your waiver tools? Well, make sure you can check out Waiver Central and go to Fantasy Pros. Check out what D-Bro has set up for you. All of your waiver needs in one place on Fantasy Pros to get you set for next week, because literally like 8 hours ago, everything has changed. And unless there's any trades that are going to slide through at the last second here, I don't think anything will change off of the new change, but make sure you go and check everything out. That is it. Seth, Seth, thanks for playing our Schefter behind the scenes, even though, you didn't have to do anything for the last hour because we had nothing. Thank you to everybody hanging out with us. I literally can't believe we didn't get any trades.
I can't believe Breece didn't get moved, man. That has to be the comp pick stuff. Like, they must have gotten low ball offers. That's craziness.
It's crazy. But hopefully you guys have a fantastic one. Good luck in your waiver runs. Hang with us the rest of the week, getting you prepped for week 10. For Seth and D-Bro, I'm the Welsh. We're out of here. Peace for now.
Whew, baby. The Jets. Dude, you better hope they hit on those picks, or it is going to be ugly.
Aaron,
which, by the way, man, all running backs targeting the Jets for run defense this year. I mean, no Quinn and Williams.